If you've ever felt lost trying to understand special education laws, you're not alone. But here's the good news. There are key parts of IDEA that can actually empower you as a parent. Today, we're talking about Subpart B and Subpart D, what they mean for you, and how you can use them to advocate for your child's education. Hey there, I'm Ria, an IEP advocate and education expert, and I help parents just like you navigate the special education process so that your child gets the support that they deserve. Today, we're breaking down two crucial sections of IDEA, so grab a notebook because this is going to change the way that you approach your child's education. And if you're looking for personalized support, check out my advocacy and action program. I'll tell you more about it later, but for now, let's dive in. First, let's talk about IDEA itself. IDEA stands for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It's the law that makes sure students with disabilities get a free and appropriate education in public schools. But it's a really long and pretty dense law. So let's break down the two sections that you, as the parent, really need to know. Subpart B of IDEA is all about the rules that schools have to follow to provide special education services. This is the section that spells out things like evaluations, IEPs, and procedural safeguards for your child. Some key takeaways from this section is that your child has the right to a proper education. If the school refuses an evaluation, they must provide the reason in writing. Also, here's a little hint, that's where requesting prior written notice can really help you out. The second takeaway here that I want you to have is that the IEP is legally binding. If something's written in the IEP, the school's required to follow it. If services aren't being provided, you do have the right to challenge it. I also want you to know that you are part of the IEP team. Schools cannot make decisions without your input. If you feel like you're being left out, you have the right to request a meeting and bring outside support like an advocate. If you want an expert set of eyes on your child's IEP to make sure it meets all the legal requirements, I do offer a records review service where I analyze the IEP and I really provide a detailed breakdown of what the next steps should be based on my findings. If you want that link, it's in the description. But I want to move on and talk about Subpart D and how it empowers you as a parent. Like I said, Subpart D is all about you, the parent. This section of IDEA focuses on funding for training and resources to help parents become better advocates for their children. Some key takeaways from Subpart D are parent training and information centers. They exist in every state to provide free education and resources to help parents navigate special education. You also have the right to communication, right? So schools must communicate with parents in an understandable way. If an IEP document or evaluation is too confusing, you have the right to ask for clarification or even request an advocate to help interpret it. You're not only just allowed to advocate, you are encouraged to. Subpart D acknowledges that parents are the most important voices in a child's education, and it provides protections so that you can actively participate. This is exactly why I created Advocacy in Action, to make sure that parents like you have the knowledge and confidence to navigate IEP meetings and to advocate effectively. Enrollment is open and you can check below for more details, but I want to share with you how you can use this information that we've covered on Subpart B and Subpart D to start your advocacy efforts right now in your next IEP meeting. All right, so now that you know what Subpart B and Subpart D cover, here's how you can actually use this information in your real life advocacy. There are really three advocacy strategies that you can use based on IDEA. The first one is to request written documentation for everything. I love data, I love documentation because it just really helps you paint a picture. And yes, it's helpful for accountability, but it's also really helpful in just understanding what your child's day looks like at school. If a school denies services, delays an evaluation, or refuses an accommodation, ask them to provide their reason in writing. This holds them accountable. And also, know when to call a meeting. You don't have to wait for an annual IEP meeting. If something is not working, you have the right to call a meeting at absolutely any time. And then the third strategy here that we can kind of glean from IDEA is to get outside support if you need it. If you ever feel like you're hitting a wall, an advocate really can help, whether it's reviewing your child's IEP, preparing for a meeting, or attending with you. Having an expert on your side can really make all the difference and help you understand the process better and help you feel a little bit better and a little less alone about going through this process. If you're looking for support, I do offer one-on-one IEP support, record review services, and then also traditional advocacy services to help you navigate this process. And I've got tons of free resources as well. You can find all the details below in the description, and feel free to leave comments with your questions or reach out. I am here to help. To quickly recap for you, Subpart B covers how students to quickly recap for you, Subpart B covers how schools must provide special education services. Subpart D ensures parents have access to the resources that they need to advocate effectively. And most importantly, you have rights and you have power as a parent. If this video helped you at all, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification button so you never miss an advocacy tip. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the advocacy process, be sure to check out Advocacy in Action. We would absolutely love to support you on this journey, and I just want you to know that you are not alone. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you back in the next video. Bye.